A Toronto chef taunted vegan protesters by carving meat in front of them. You're watching What's Trending. I'm Martine Bierman. Make sure to subscribe for more social media and trending news stories daily. Here I am reporting on yet another vegan story. I don't know what the world is trying to tell me, but I don't think I'm going to become vegan anytime soon. Michael Hunter is the executive chef of the Antler Kitchen and Bar in Toronto. He calls himself the Hunter Chef since the restaurant specializes in wild game and personally foraged ingredients. But Marnie Uger, who organized the protest, says she targeted Antler because they claim to support ethical farming. She told Unilad, "I chose Antler because their patrons feel good about eating ethical meat. I believe there's no such thing. For that one animal, no matter what kind of animal and how they were raised, that's their life and they don't want to die." I hear that. The whole not wanting to die thing. She says she first noticed the restaurant when she was walking by last December and saw a sign in front that read, "Venison is the new kale." By no means am I making fun of the death of animals, but that is a really smart slogan. But when the protesters showed up, Hunter set up shop at the front of the restaurant and began carving up a giant deer leg. Though he seemed fairly composed, Uger said, "When Michael came to the window, carving into the leg of a deer, he looked like a crazed man, unraveling in front of us, taunting a group who were there because they care about animal welfare." He didn't just carve the animal in front of them. When it was cooked, he came back to the front of the restaurant and ate it. Now we can get into a whole bunch of debates over veganism or whether you should be a meat eater, but in this instance, at least you can say he's not just doing it as a stunt, he's actually utilizing the animal that he's killing. Hunter has avoided interviews with the media, but a post to their Instagram featured a spring cocktail with the caption, "Need a drink? We sure do." The protesters believe Hunter's actions were especially cruel given the circumstances. Activist Len Goldberg says, "We chose that particular location to do our vegan outreach because that restaurant goes beyond the profound problem of serving the bodies of murdered animals to actually celebrating the murder of animals." This is a really, really tough subject because I personally am a meat eater. And so I do celebrate eating meat. You should celebrate it if you're a meat eater, otherwise you're just taking that life for granted. And in fact, for myself, anytime I eat anything that is meat and was formerly living, I say a little something in my head to thank the animal for having given itself. Maybe not voluntarily, but still part of the food chain. It gave itself to me so I could live. It's unclear if the protests have affected Antler's business, though plenty of carnivores online are showing their support. Condor Chris says Antler is actually a socially conscious restaurant. The protesters didn't even read the menu. There are lots of vegan options, and Chef Michael Hunter regularly forages for fresh, wild edibles to serve there that many of the protesters probably haven't tried. What a shame. Comedian Patton Oswalt tweeted, "Next time I'm in Toronto, I'm dining at Antler." Keith Monahan says, "This just makes me want to fly to Toronto. Go to Antler, sit in the exact same window seat and eat venison and drink bourbon. Well played, restaurant co-owner." Journalist Adam Radwanski was there the night this all went down and said it didn't give him much pause when he walked in and saw the in-window butchering already in progress. But the vegan internet is not to be trifled with. Sista7668 says, "Keep protesting, everyone. We're all here with you in spirit and thoughts." And the host of Canada's version of The Bachelor said, "Super disappointed with how Antler Restaurant in Toronto chose to respond to animal rights activists outside of their restaurant." But he later deleted that tweet. And Philosophical Vegan says, "Provoking people isn't heroic, he just sank to their level. I don't agree with those activists' methods. Reasoned discussion would have been heroic." So what do you think about this whole thing? Is there a mid-ground? Is it even possible to get to the middle and then all share a nice meal together? Would you guys go to Antler? Have a beer there? Let us know in the comments. And for more trends, head to whatstrending.com.